Welcome back, everybody. It's the SoulCalibur 6, Libra of Souls mode. Training Defense 2. During our time together, Master Drana reminisced about his days traveling the world to train. Evading an attack is usually the best option, but in serious battle, you won't always have that luxury. When you're pressed hard by a dangerous opponent, what do you do? Well, I'll teach you some techniques that will help you grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. Yukemi. When knocked back or to the ground by your opponent's attack, press D-pad and A just as you hit the ground to perform a Yukemi. Oh, you used to be able to just say, oh, that's why it's not triggering. You used to be able to just hit A before, neutral A. I don't think you can do that anymore. The direction you press with determines the direction in which you perform the Yukemi. Yeah, I don't think you can do a basic Yukemi off the ground. Let's see if it'll let us. Yeah, it's not showing it. Yeah, that explains why I wasn't doing it when I was in Legendary Arcade. Yeah, you have to give a direction now for the Yukemi. Boop, there it was. Yeah, you have to give a direction. You can't just neutral Yukemi up. That's weird. Why can't you just neutral Yukemi up? And Yukemi cannot be performed after certain types of attacks, such as many of those that hit you up into the air. If you cannot perform an Yukemi, you can still avoid the fall attacks from your opponent by guarding or rolling to the side. You can rise from the ground immediately. Guard against your opponent's attacks by pressing A while on the ground. Additionally, pressing an attack button while on the ground will allow you to perform an attack as you rise. Well, that looked like Yukemi right there. No, I think they just disabled it. This looks like a ground Yukemi. Neutral ground Yukemi. I can go straight into guard. I should be able to. And go right into an impact. I can. Yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, he's in. Boop. Anyway, they want to wait for attack. I love that one. That one's so good. Roll before getting up. Boop. Let me stand still. Skill effects. Well, press D-pad or left thumbstick while you're on the ground rolling in any direction. You do. I most of the time just use the yeah, that kind of. I most of the time just use the left thumbstick. You can control where you fall after being launched into the air by holding D-pad in any direction. This will allow you to avoid additional attacks from your opponent, as well as prevent a ring out. Away from your opponent, diagonal down, and away from your opponent, diagonal up are the safest options, but holding the direction opposite the ring out edge is best. Yeah, you see me do this like all the freaking time. Yep, we still were hit. Yep, we still were hit. Yeah, you couldn't. That only worked if I bounced out left. Still doesn't work most of the time. He's such a good character. He's adjusting to the rollout. What the heck? I bet we can only actually get out of the third one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yep. That didn't even... What? No, we couldn't get out of that. Oh, because it wants me to... Oh, it wanted me to do the diagonal dodge outs. Okay, yeah. See, that's why I'm getting hit by certain moves. Yeah, you gotta know when to do the diagonal ones and when not to. You can appeal... You can repel... Appeal. You can repel your opponent's attacks with a guard impact by pressing toward opponent A, which is G, or X. Performing guard impact right as your opponent's attack is about to make contact will repel the attack and leave your opponent vulnerable. Guard impacts will not work against break attacks and unblockable attacks, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to do a low impact. That's not in the game anymore. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, you gotta get the timing down. Once the timing's down though, you're golden. And that will just take practice. Tons of practice. Like, it truly takes years to master the impacting. And this game has frame delays and all this other nonsense the 2 did not have, so if you are coming back from 2, that's gonna... impacting is gonna feel a little weird. And also, if you're coming from 4, you can't do a low impact when you low attack. That's why the first one hits. I tried to do that instinctually. Cassandra could do that. But, yeah, it just is all now. So just do the toward them impact, and that should all be good. And Repo saying that away from them impact is even tighter frame input. I used to do that all the freaking time. Yeah, that one's not in the game anymore. Which is a bit of a shame, but this game is super complex as is. Have a guard impact used on your attack. Repel an opponent with a reverse impact. Having your attack repelled by your opponent's guard impact will leave you vulnerable, but you can still perform your own guard impact in this state. This is called a reverse impact. Yeah, me and a Cervantes on like very hard, when I believe it was very hard. It may have just been hard. But when I was clearing out the story, me and him got into a frickin' I think it was a 10 in a row. It may have been 11 in a row, actually. Guard impact war. It was the most insane thing. I wish I could have recorded it back then, but hey, if it happens again, we can do it now. But it also may not happen because I've learned how to beat that. You just use the guard, the break attacks, and then you just wait for them to miss with their impact, then punish. Oh, I see, I see. That's what I wanted. Both you and your opponent can continue to perform reverse impacts indefinitely. Delaying your attack to throw off your opponent's timing, or press XY to perform a break attack can be effective ways to gain the advantage. That is not the greatest device, as the grapple, there it is, can be guard impacted. Very difficult, but it can be. Opponent attack with a guard impact. No. Wait, use... Okay, I think I see what we're saying. Whoops, that was my input. Bad input. Oh, it's saying use... Oh, it wants me to grapple him. See how he impacted my grapple? Wait, it's saying XY. This is XY. Oh, it wants me to use reverse impact. Yeah, this was tricky the first time I did it too. Yeah, I think it wants me to reverse him. Like this, I think. No, no, because it's reverse ledge, reverse impact. Why does it say this break attack? Does it want me to break them? It did. Oh yeah, because X and Y Xbox. Yeah, that's a break attack. Took me a while to translate that. A long day. You're not limited to just reverse impacts while staggered. You can also use reversal edges, RB, right bumper, reverse or R1. Reverse impacts are perfect for countering your opponent's faster attacks, and reversal edges can help you repel their slower attacks. Learning the proper techniques for dealing with all of your opponent's different attacks is key to victory. This is mostly nonsense. This is something you will not use much. It's this stupid freaking reversal. Are they actually gonna end this one? After the fight, Drona got a nostalgic look on his face and continued the story from earlier. Oh, great. To be quite honest, I have a habit of accidentally going somewhere entirely different from where I intended. That's how I ended up wandering for 3 days and nights in the Gobi Desert. I was on my last legs when a merchant caravan found me. They took me to Kashgar. I sounded like this. I was legit dying. And that's where I met one incredible fellow. I'm dying, help me. His name was Glitch. He was a weaponsmith and one talented warrior. He could fight with any weapon in any style under the sun. In battle, he was relentless, giving his opponent very little opportunity to act. He always said he fought to test out the weapons he made, but it was hard to believe he thought of fighting so casually. I'd never met a fiercer warrior. Dude, that's freaking insulting to us. Dude, you're being demolished by us. If only I'd known how to deflect attacks when I was on the defensive, I might have been able to put him off balance. No, he would just beat you in the freaking reversal edge rock, paper, scissors. Although it's way more complex than just rock, paper, scissors. But, alas, it was all I could do to block his attacks at the time. And before I knew it, I was defeated. That part is true. Like, some of these matches, like, before you know it, you're out. You're just done. If you're ever in Kashgar, I recommend you go see Glitch. He's an expert warrior and a first-rate weaponsmith. You won't regret meeting him. A warrior smith? He did sound like someone I'd like to meet. I decided to keep Drona's recommendation in mind. Okay, that does it. Looks like we have Advanced Reversal Edge next. Thank you so much for watching. May your tale eternally be retold.